What's up, boxing fans? This is TBE Boxing, back at you again. Today's topic: Crawford stops Canelo in the 11th round. Bud will be bigger and stronger than Canelo on fight night. Let's chop it up and see what it's all about.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That's life before riches, huh? And I got the glitzy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.
Okay, boxing fans, let's talk some boxing. We're gonna chop it up. Well, it looks like we're gonna get that fight. It looks like Canelo has finally ran out of places to hide. Bud has basically chased him down and caught him, and it looks like we're gonna see that fight. Now, I'm hoping we're gonna see this fight. From what I'm hearing, rumors are that Canelo has decided to take the fight with Bud Crawford. Okay, he has decided to stop running. He has decided to stop hiding, and so more than likely we're gonna see that fight on May 25th, 2025. So right now it's the countdown to Armageddon. Canelo versus Crawford, May 25th, 2025. Well, people, let's hope and pray that this is facts, okay? And this is not just Canelo capping, and we're going to see this fight. So, if you look at my title here, you will see that I said that that Crawford will stop Canelo in the 11th round. Now, a lot of people are going to be shocked by that. And I also said that Bud will be bigger and stronger than Canelo on the fight night, and many more people will be even more shocked at that. But if we look at the numbers, people, that's what it is going to look like. I think Crawford is going to be a bigger than Canelo on fight night. He's going to be stronger. And why do I say that? Well, let's take a look at the numbers like I said. So in the Majimov fight, Crawford came in the ring on fight night at 169 pounds. 169. Okay, that's the weight that Crawford came into the ring against little Canelo, Israel Majimov. Now, Canelo came into the fight with Munguia at 176 pounds. Okay, so that's only like 7 pound, 8 pound difference, right? Between the weights, their fighting weight and the fight night, respectively. So now Crawford came in at 169 for a 154 pound fight, right? Canelo came in at 176 for a super middleweight fight. So you can see right away the discrepancy, right? If Crawford is 169 at for a 154 pound fight, and Canelo is 176 for a super middleweight fight, which is 2 weights above where Crawford is, right? Then it just makes sense that on fight night, Crawford is probably going to weigh for a super middleweight fight. Okay, Crawford probably going to weigh about 176, 177, and Canelo is probably going to weigh the same thing, probably even less if he comes in better shape. He's probably going to come in better shape for Crawford than against anybody he fought before, or he might decide to come in heavier to try to muscle Crawford, but that's not going to work. So I'm thinking that both of these guys are going to come in at fight night for at 168 pounds. They're going to weigh in at 100. I don't know what Crawford is going to weigh in, but I'm pretty sure that at fight night he's going to come in about anywhere between 174 and 178 pounds, and so will Canelo. So they're both going to be around the same weight range, okay, and fight night more or less. And maybe Crawford might even come in a little bit heavier than Canelo, which is, a lot of people are going to be surprised by that. But not really. As you can see, Crawford has a bigger frame than Canelo, okay? And at the end of the day, even though Canelo is a little wider, Crawford is longer and can absorb the weight better than Canelo because he's taller. So 160, Crawford, don't have to, come in. I don't know what he's going to weigh at the weigh-in. He'll probably weigh at about 164, anywhere between 162 and 165 or 164 at weigh-in. He probably coming around there, right? Uh, maybe even 160, but on fight night he's probably going to be 175 pounds. Okay, somewhere between 174, 178. He's going to come in. He's going to put on maybe a little more weight. I mean, as you can see, if he came in 169 pounds for Majimov on a junior middleweight fight, he rehydrated to 169 pounds. He's probably going to be at 175 against Canelo, 176, 177, 178, anywhere around there. So he could conceivably come in bigger than Canelo and stronger. Okay, so all this talk about the weight and how Canelo is such a big guy and all of that, I don't think that's going to make any difference. I don't think that's going to be the case with Bud fighting at 168 pounds. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting fight, people, and I can't wait to see it happen. Thankfully, Canelo decided to stop running and hiding, and I'll give him props for that. I guess I don't know what convinced him. Maybe he probably figured that he was looking very bad out here with him hiding and running from Crawford. So he's finally gonna stop running and decide, stand and fight. So yeah, this is gonna get very interesting, and let's hope that this fight actually happens, because it's the biggest fight in boxing, and a lot of people are looking forward to this fight. Now, my prediction is that Crawford is going to stop Canelo in the 11th round. And why do I predict that? Well, first, like I just explained to you about the weight and the size, Crawford is probably going to be bigger than Canelo at fight night, okay? Probably going to be heavier, possibly, okay? They're probably going to be around the same weight, so it's going to be negligible, the difference between their weights, okay? I do believe that Crawford's power is going to carry up. So he's going to be hitting very hard at 168 pounds. Okay, his power is going to increase from what it is right now. We didn't see much of his power displayed against Majimov, because Majimov didn't really stay in the pocket with him too much. Majimov, fought a very tame fight because he understood who he was dealing with, and he didn't want to get stopped by Crawford. And so he fought a pretty good fight. It was, but he was a little timid. He didn't fight the same way he usually fights. So he didn't, try to come in there at Crawford the way I saw him coming at all the other fights that he had. He was very kind of reckless in some of the other fights. But there was no recklessness against Crawford. He was very careful because he realized who he was dealing with. Majimov, as we have seen, he even said that if Crawford and Canelo fight, he believed that Crawford will win. Same thing said by Alexander Usyk. He believed that Crawford is the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world and that he can beat Canelo. So there's a lot of people out there who actually believe, besides myself, that Crawford, will beat Canelo. Now, they might not believe that Crawford will stop Canelo, but that's what's going to happen. Okay, Crawford is going to stop Canelo. Okay, and he's going to do it with power, speed, and footwork. Excuse me. Because I think the key to victory against Canelo will be footwork and hand speed. The same thing that he had against Errol Spence. That's what's going to determine this fight. Foot speed and hand speed. And I think we're going to see Canelo. Now, I mean, I'm pretty sure Crawford, Canelo's a pretty strong guy, right? So we can't take it away from him. He has pretty good punching power. But when you compare their punching powers to who have one punch knockout power, I would think that Crawford has more punching power per capita than Canelo, because he has stopped many fighters with one punch. And as we all know, in terms of their record, Crawford haven't really had any real close fights. All his fights has been unanimous decision or stoppage. And we can't say the same for Canelo. Canelo has been in a couple of fights where it's been kind of iffy about who actually won the fight, okay? And, against, boxers, top boxers like, say, Lara and some other people. And even in the fight against Cotto gave him a good fight, which is a lot, Cotto is one of the probably one of the most underestimated fighters of this generation. Cody is a great, legendary fighter, and I give him a lot of props. He's really a great fighter. And he did pretty good against Canelo, even though Canelo was a lot bigger than him, and he was on the downturn in his career. Okay, Canelo couldn't stop him. So yeah, this fight is going to be very interesting for boxing aficionados, and we are looking forward to this fight, and a chance for Crawford to prove his greatness. This is the fight that I think that Crawford needs to show what he can really do. I don't think Errol Spence fight really was gave Crawford enough competition to where he could actually show what he can do. He basically just gave Errol Spence a master class and left it at that. But against Canelo, there's more for him to work with, and he's going to have to really step up his game, okay? And I think this fight is going to be probably a lot easier than people think it's going to be. Not saying it's going to be an easy fight, but I'm thinking that, he's going to really put it on Canelo. I think it's going to be surprising to a lot of people in the sense that they're going to expect Crawford to be running from Canelo, or that's not going to happen. Okay, he's going to do a little moving, but he's not going to be running from Canelo. And if anything, I think on the inside, he's probably going to outfight Canelo on the inside. So I think it's Canelo is the one that's not going to want to engage in the pocket with Crawford, not the other way around. Because again, I'm thinking that Crawford is going to be bigger and stronger than Canelo on the fight night. You know what I mean? Not as big as Bevo, but he's taller than Canelo, so he's going to be bigger and he's going to be stronger. I think he's stronger than Canelo right now. At 154 pounds. So we're going to see how it all plays out. But yeah, this fight is going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a great fight. If Canelo actually comes in there and goes for it, and I'm pretty sure Crawford is going to go for it. So I think the way the fight is going to play out is that Crawford is probably going to set the pace. Canelo is going to probably come in there and try to test the waters and see what, probably fire some hard shots at Crawford in the first round to see what happened and to test, Crawford's power. If Crawford lands a punch, Canelo will want to see, how he feels about the power of Crawford. And once he feels Crawford's power, he's going to decide, that's going to determine how he's going to approach the fight. He's going to be surprised by the power of Crawford, and I think he's going to, he's going to be a little bit, he's going to move a little bit on the safe side. He's going to be more tentative against Crawford. He's not going to just go out there and try to, go all out against Crawford and end up getting caught with a counterpunch and getting dropped in the first round. So yeah, this fight, he's probably going to test the waters for the first couple of rounds, see what kind of power Crawford have, and then based on that, he's going to go from there. I see Crawford, setting the pace, basically, continually increasing the pace round after round on Canelo. By the time they get around to the 6th or 7th round, Canelo will probably start to fade a little. 8th, 9th, Crawford is going to up the tempo, continue to up the tempo. 10th round, same thing, and then by 11th round, I think he'll be ready to go, and he'll get stopped by Crawford around the 11th, maybe he might last the 12th, like merciless Benavidez did. I think probably the only fighter to go, well, in the welterweight anyway, to go the distance with Crawford, even though he didn't last the whole 12th round, he got knocked out. So I see Canelo getting stopped in the 11th, maybe the 12th. He might last in the 12th round, but I don't think so. Maybe Canelo will come in better shape than he's ever been before. I'm pretty sure, his pride is not going to accept anything else. He's going to come in top shape because he doesn't want to get defeated by Crawford under any circumstances. So he's going to come in at probably his best condition of his career, okay? And I'm pretty sure Crawford is going to come in the same. So now the question we have to ask is 5 months? I mean, this fight's supposed to be in May. So is 5 months enough for Crawford to gain the way he needs to gain to defeat Canelo without, being just a blown up welterweight. Well, like I just pointed out in the beginning of this video, Crawford is already around the same weight as Canelo on fight night. He was 169 pounds against Majimov. Canelo was 176 against Munguia. So there's really not much different in their fighting weight, okay, at this point in their careers, okay? And I'm pretty sure that Crawford is going to put on even more weight for the fight, so he's probably going to come in around the same weight as Canelo, okay? And we see that he can fight at that weight, okay, as we saw against Majimov. And, Majimov has a lot more movement and a lot of better techniques than Canelo when it comes to foot movement in the ring. He's very good. He has very good foot movement, so it was foot movement against foot movement in his fight against Crawford. Canelo doesn't have that, okay? He doesn't have all that foot movement. He's going to be right there for Crawford to hit and to counter, and it's going to be, but Canelo is kind of when he wants to be, can be a good defensive fighter. He slips a lot of punches, okay. But again, I think the hand speed is going to be a problem for Canelo against Crawford. Even though Canelo is no slouch himself in the hand speed department, but it's a matter of being able to maintain that consistently throughout the whole fight, which we have never seen Canelo actually do that. He has basically faded in the later rounds against most fighters, and that's usually how it happens. And again, a lot of the decisions in Canelo's fights has went his way, but it's debatable whether or not he actually won all those, whether he actually deserved all the decisions, like against Triple G and against Lara and some other fighters. So Canelo hasn't won all his fights by knockout or unanimous decision like Crawford has. You know what I mean? Crawford has been the more consistent in terms of output and what he has done to his opponents, beating all of them by either unanimous decision or by KO. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight, people. Me for one, I'm glad that Canelo has decided to stop running. Well, we don't know if it's going to, it might just be a rumor, but it looks like this is what's going to happen. So I'll give props to Canelo for deciding to take the fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great fight for boxing. We get to see the best fight the best. And, it doesn't get any better than Crawford versus Canelo. Okay? It doesn't get any better than these people. This is what boxing is all about. So, yeah, the only thing I can say at this point is good luck to both guys. May the best man win. Okay? I can't wait for this fight to happen. And, let's all hope the boxing gods come through with this one and we get to see the fight of the century. Countdown to Armageddon. Canelo versus Crawford, May 25th, 2025. And with that said, people, I'm going to leave it there. This is TBE Boxing saying I'm out.
Got the money for marriage, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That's life before riches, huh? And I got the glitzy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.